Well, we saw a battling, fantastic second place from Fernando Alonso here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. But for a bit of tyre wear, it could have been the win. But ultimately, that went to an equally impressive Daniel Ricciardo. But the very respected technical journalist Giorgio Piola has spotted something on the Ferrari that is a real departure from what has been recent technology in Formula One. It's all about the oil tank. This is the 2013 Ferrari on the bottom, and this is the 2014 Ferrari on the top. So I'll highlight what we're talking about. That's the position of the oil tank. Now, for many years, since Arrows and Stewart began this technology in about 1998, the oil tank has been between the back of the driver and the fuel tank and the front of the engine. And it's been there because they can just fit it in a little space around the fuel tank, and the monocoque actually has a little shape for it there. Now, but for the first time, and it's the only car to have it now, Ferrari have put the oil tank within the gearbox casing, and that's a real departure, going back to the old days of how they used to do it in Formula One. Piola has actually drawn here where he thinks the fuel tank is actually within the gearbox, and you can see it means the gearbox is much bigger on the 2014 Ferrari than it is on the 2013 Ferrari that had a more sort of shapely form towards the back of the car. Now, according to Piola, they've done this for aerodynamic benefits, removing the oil tank from the position before the engine and behind the fuel tank allows them to put the engine much closer to the fuel tank, and that in turn allows the side pods to be closer and more tightly packaged through to the back of the car, giving an aerodynamic benefit. Unfortunately, it hasn't actually benefited the car very much, because what it's meant is that you have a balance shift when the drivers have to do oil transfer from the fuel tank there into the engine. It's just upset the balance a little bit, and it hasn't given Ferrari the aerodynamic benefit that they wanted in the car. So something we've seen as different on the cars, and something perhaps that Ferrari will go back to the old way, the way that everybody else is doing, by keeping the oil tank centrally mounted in the middle of the car. But then you can't deny that Ferrari have had a great day today, just doing the one dry stop for Fernando Alonso, making the tyres last and giving them some good points for second position, moving them ahead of Williams in the Constructors' Championship.